Psychological facts about love. Love is pure, love is painful, love is sweet, and love is dreadful. True love is overwhelming. Our lives depend on it, and it often seems like our planet would stop spinning if love didn't exist. Endless love is something we strive for and something we mourn the loss of. Monogamous relationships exist throughout the animal kingdoms. Even though we often think of ourselves as a faithful species, we are not the only one in the animal kingdoms. Wolves, swans, gibbons, black vultures, albatrosses, and even termites are just a few of those animals that find a mate for a lifetime. It only takes up to 4 minutes to decide whether you like someone or not. If you want to make a good impression on someone, you have only got about 4 minutes to do it. It is believed that it has far more to do with your body language, tone, and speed of your voice rather than exactly what you say. When two lovers gaze at each other's eyes, their heart rates synchronize. Some extraordinary research has found that couples who are in love and bond in a romantic relationship synchronize their heart rates after gazing into each other's eyes for 3 minutes. Falling in love has neurological effects similar to those of cocaine. Falling in love is much like taking a dose of cocaine, as both experiences affect the brain similarly and trigger a similar sensation of euphoria. Research found that falling in love produces several euphoria-inducing chemicals that stimulate 12 areas of the brain at the same time. Cuddling releases natural painkillers. Oxytocin, the so-called love or cuddle hormone, is produced during an embrace or cuddle. The hormone appears in the brain, ovaries, and testicles, and is thought to be involved in the bonding process. Research has found that a dose of oxytocin decreases headaches significantly, and for some it even makes the pain go away completely after 4 hours. It's definitely worth trying hug and cuddle medicine before jumping to the chemicals and pills. Even looking at a picture of a loved one relieves the pain. Even though it was long known that the presence of a significant other has a lot to do with patient's improvement, it has been proved that the same goes for even a picture of the beloved. The experiment showed that when experiencing pain, study participants exposed to pictures of their beloved and to distracting word games had their pain reduced for more than those exposed to the same distracting word games and pictures of acquaintances. People at the same level of attractiveness are more likely to end up together. Many psychological and social research indicates that there is a significant pattern in how people choose people to establish romantic relationships with. This pattern is explained by the matching hypothesis, which says that people are more attracted to those that they share a level of attractiveness with, or in other words, are equally socially desirable. Even if successful couples differ in physical attractiveness, one of them usually compensates for it with other socially desirable qualities. Couples who are too similar to each other are not likely to last. As the well-known saying goes, opposites attract, and research proves that this is partially true. Couples that are either too similar or too different tend not to last very long. Apparently, there always has to be a foundation of similarities, but there also have to be things that the two of you learn from each other. Heartbreak is not just a metaphor. Research has provided evidence that intense, traumatizing events such as breakup, divorce, loss of a loved one, and physical separation from a loved one, or betrayal can cause real physical pains in the area of one's heart. This condition is called the broken heart syndrome. Deep emotional distress triggers the brain to distribute certain chemicals that significantly weaken one's heart, leading to strong chest pains and shortness of breath. The condition is often misdiagnosed as heart attack and tends to affect women more often. Romantic love eventually ends, only to be followed by committed love. Couples at the very beginning of a romantic relationship will be very different a year later. It is estimated that romantic love, which is linked with euphoria, dependence, sweetie palms, butterflies, and alike, only lasts about a year. After that first year begins the so-called committed love stage. The transition is linked with elevated neurotrophin protein levels in newly formed couples. People who are in love have chemical similarities with people with OCD. Studies show that people at an early stage of love have lower levels of serotonin, which is associated with feelings of happiness and well-being, and higher levels of cortisol associated with stress. This is strikingly similar to those people who have obsessive compulsive disorder, which explains why we act so out of character when we fall for someone. It works the other way around as well. People with lower levels of serotonin fall in love and get into sexual relationships quicker than others. Thinking of love and sex influences creativity and concrete thinking, respectively. Research based on the contextual level theory found out that reminders of love influence more abstract and creative thinking because they are associated with more distant and abstract considerations, long-term relationships, devotion, commitment, and intimacy. Reminders of sex trigger concrete thinking, making a person focus more on momentary details than on long-term plans or goals. Attachment, caring, intimacy is equal to perfect love. The triangular theory of love suggests a clear formula for the components of different kinds of love. There are 3 kinds of love that are product of two different pairs of basic components. Romantic love is equal to passion plus intimacy. Companionate love is equal to intimacy plus commitment. And fatuous love is equal to passion plus commitment. Of course, the truest and strongest of all is consummate love, which consists of all three components. An attractive face is preferred over an attractive body for long-term relationships. There's evidence that when looking for a fling, the body wins over the face on a physical attraction basis. The opposite is true, however, for those who are looking for a long-term relationship partner. Holding a loved one's hand relieves pain and stress. Research shows that long-term couples with deep, strong connections can successfully soothe each other in stressful situations or when one of them experiences pain simply by holding hands. Expressing gratitude towards people you love causes an immediate spike in your happiness. Butterflies in the stomach are real, and they are actually caused by adrenaline. When you fall for someone, you probably won't be able to avoid the butterflies flying, dancing, and fooling around in your stomach. They are caused by adrenaline, which floods your body during flight or fight response situations. Dilated pupils show your attraction to someone and makes you more attractive. As early as the 1870s, Darwin proposed that pupils expand during heightened attention and focus. This is indeed true, as this occurs when gazing at an object of desire or beloved one, even if it's only a picture or a video. Moreover, people with dilated pupils themselves look more attractive. Looking into each other's eye can make strangers fall in love. The eyes are the mirrors of our souls, as they say, so there's probably no surprise that simply looking into each other's eyes can make us fall for each other, even if we don't know jack about each other. It has been proven that when someone is gazing at you, the person's body produces a chemical called phenylethylamine, which is associated with the fight or flight response. So, if you decide to continue looking at each other, you are asking for Cupid's arrow. Love is really all that matters. A marvelous 75-year-long study, which was conducted by a group of Harvard researchers, has shown that love is really all that matters. The participants' lifelong experiences revealed that happiness and life fulfillment revolved around love or simply searching for love.